All right, you are welcome to this second part of this practical guide on how to host multiple websites using a single hosting account. In the previous video, we looked at what an add-on domain is all about, and in this particular section, we will continue by getting started straight away. The first point of call is to open your browser, right? And then after opening your browser, you move on to the address bar, which is here, and enter your domain name slash cpanel, as you can see from here. All right, but remember, before you can get this done, you must have had your domain name registered, and in addition to this, you must have a functional hosting account. All right, it must have been set up before you can talk about add-on domain. All right, so from here you enter your login details, the username, as well as the password given to you by your host company while registering for their service. Okay, I made a video specifically on this, on how to register your domain name here in Nigeria or abroad, and how to set up your hosting account. You can, maybe at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you a link to that so that you can get the course and watch it again in case if you don't have one or you don't know what to do from here. But let me assume that you already have your domain name registered and your hosting account set up. So from here, let's move on. Once you enter your details, you click on login, and then you'll be taken to this environment. And as you can see, by default, I've been directed to this control panel dashboard. And here at the moment, I'm using the older version, which is associated with a theme that we call Paper Lantern theme, which you can see at the right hand side corner here. If you can see my pointer here, right? So, but the newer theme, there is a name theme now by Control Panel, and the theme is called Jupyter theme. As you can see from this information alert, which you can see here, telling us that it's time to switch to the Jupyter theme, and also that in version 108 of Control Panel, the Jupyter theme will be the default theme that shall be, which will be used. All right. So, but pending that time, because at the moment you can scroll down to know the current version that you are using. Okay, you might not be able to see this, but from my end here, this is version Control Panel version 106.0.11. All right, so that means we still have probably the next version 7 before we get to 8. Okay, so this basically what we need to know at this point in time. All right, so we can switch to the latest theme, which is this Jupyter theme. You can click here, or you can simply scroll down a bit and head on to this point where you have Paper Lantern theme. Okay, and for our add-on domain, which we are going to be creating in a short while, here you can see the statistics or summary about the server information contain of your site. Here you can see it's telling me add-on domains. I have 5 in total that I can use based on this hosting account which I've selected, and I've already used 4. And we have other details which are right here below. Okay, you can see the subdomains. This one is telling me I've created 8 out of unlimited subdomains which I have, and other features are also highlighted, talking about email accounts and the rest. They are right here also. All right, so to get started by creating our add-on domain in this Paper Lantern theme, after this section, I'm going to be showing us how we can get it done under the Jupyter theme, in case if that is what you are using, so that you won't be confused by the time you get to that particular one. So scroll down until you get to where we have a domain. Just scroll down. All right, that's domain. You can see in this previous or this old theme, this paper lantern theme, you still have your add-on domain here. You can see directly. We have subdomain. We have other uh, related features about this domain. They are right here. So, but this is where we are heading to. So, click on add-on domain. And you'll be taken to this point, and you can see the notification here telling me the number of add-on domains that I've created. So I'm left with one. Apologies for that. All right, so from here, this is where you are going to be adding your name domain, which is going to be serving as your add-on domain. Remember, the main domain that we are using, as you can see here, is bnight.com.ng. That serves as a primary or main domain. So whatever you are adding now will be called add-on domain, but you can access this add-on domain as you've been told in the previous video. You can access this add-on domain on its own, as if and no one will get to know whether it's an add-on domain or whether it's being managed by the same control panel or not. Nobody will know. So for you to register a new domain here, to add a domain here, the domain must have been registered first. You must have registered the domain name and it must be active. Okay, so but for me, I'm just going to use something as an example just for us to move on from here. Let's say Superstore NG. Superstore NG. So just you don't need to do anything, just click outside. It will generate a subdomain automatically. You can update this if you don't like it. Okay, you can see the document root also, as you can see it here. So you don't need to do anything. All you need to do, you can also skip this particular one, this checkbox. You don't need the FTP. It's telling you create an FTP account. That means you are going to be having another maybe username and password to access this domain. No, since you want to actually access all of this domain using one single control panel. So there is no, okay, this one you can see that it's not a valid domain. So that means we have to complete this. Maybe you have a domain register called superstoreng.com. So you have to specify everything. And once you click outside, subdomain is automatically generated for you as well as the document root section here. So all you need to do at this point is to click on add domain button. All right, as you can see, we can't make headway, we can't go through. Why? Because it's telling us that what the domain, make sure that the domain is registered with a valid what domain registrar. Okay, so let's go back. Let's try and use a valid domain and see. Let's say talongroup.com.ng. Just click out. Let's click on add on domain and see this. Very good. You can see because this domain called Talon Group is already registered. It's a registered domain name, which I did of recent. Okay. And why the other one is just the one I formulated on my own, just for you to see the importance that for you to create an add-on domain, the domain must have been what? Registered. All right. So you can click on this option or you can return to your file manager on the control panel. But let's click on go back. Very good. And as you can see, I have the list of my add-on domains. You can see I have maximum of 5 to use, which which I've already used now because we have just added one, which is this one. Okay, so this is how basically you create your add-on domain, and from here all you need to do in order to load or to upload your files to this domain, what you need to do, just return back to, you can return back to the control panel dashboard. So from the control panel dashboard, let's move on to the file section, and here click on file manager, public HTML, then scroll down, as you can see the one we were trying to add. The folder has been created for us, so I will come back thereafter to remove it. So scroll down to Talon group. There is it. See, okay, this is it. You can see your talongroup.com.ng. so if you want to upload your website files, you are going to open this place, and once you open, this is where you are going to actually upload your files. And when you are done uploading your files, you can now go ahead to access your what, to access your the new add-on domain. Remember, I told you in the previous video that you can access it directly by typing talongroup.com.ng. That's option 1. You can access this new domain. You can also access it by typing the subdomain created for us, which is talongroup dot talongroup.bnet.com.ng. That's the second option. In case you forgotten, refer to the first video about this add-on domain in order for you to understand what I'm saying right here. And lastly, say this domain can also be accessed using what, your primary domain slash the subdomain which we have here. Okay, so any of these three we go, but for now we might not see anything because we just added it. You have to give it a few minutes for it to fully propagate, for it to fully mature, so that you can actually view your site. But if you have done this, your website, your domain name, you will need to point, there is what we call name server, which I'm going to show us in a short while. The name server, you need to point it directly. In case if you register it elsewhere, you must point, there is what we call name server associated with each domain name, which you must point to this your hosting account. All right, in the next video I'm going to be showing us how we can get that done. Okay, so see you in the next video, and bye for now.